Good evening. You're welcome to Achievers Bridge February Career Night. And today, being February Career Night, we will be having a discussion around
No
event
entire
planning
information.
business. My name is Emma Mbiza, the co-founder of Achievers Bridge, which is a personal development platform aiming to create an ideal environment for dreamers to actualize their dreams into reality. And here with me on this career night is Monday Binshak, the CEO of Sparkling Event Planners Limited, one of the fastest event planning, fastest growing event planning business in Nigeria. And I'm very sure that by the end of today, those of you who are looking forward, to owning an event planning business will get relevant information that can lead you guys to the right path. So please stay tuned. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section because we are going to have a lot of massive blasts from this highly, knowledgeable individual. So thank you for being here, Monday Binshak. Can you please tell us briefly about yourself for the next few seconds? Over to
All
you.
right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can you hear me clearly?
Sure, sure, loud and clear. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So, I'm by name, I'm Daniel Monde Binshak. So, I'm popularly known as MD Binshak. I'm an event planner, an entrepreneur, a researcher, and other things that you can think about me. I'm the founder and CEO of Sparkling Event Planners Limited, one of the fastest growing event planning company in Nigeria, just as my colleague rightly said. So, meanwhile, before I go further, thank you so much for the platform. Thank you. You've been inspiring a lot. I've been following you. What you guys have been doing awesomely well, pharmacist. And I'm glad to be part of this platform. And I hope that uh, we'll keep inspiring the world from the platform. So, in continuation, just as I said, MD Binshak is the name, an event planner and a researcher. I back a bachelor degree in library and information science and a master's in information management. I'm currently pursuing a PhD in business information management. So that one will tell you how passionate I am in the business society, and that will also help me. You understand? It helps us to streamline our communication and using indices for the business world. So briefly, that's who I am.
Thank you so much. Thank you
And
so much. I think.
sorry to tell
Oh yeah,
you,
yeah. Sure, sure, sure. Go on.
yeah. And as well, I am an award winner of different awards. One of the popular awards I got was a grant of Tony Elumelu Foundation grant, which was 2024. I got an award some couple of years ago at that's in proposal writing competition in ABU's area, particularly in fundraising. Then, aside that one, I have an award as one of the best, as the best event planner of the year. That's in 2023 or 22, if I could remember vividly. That's on the plateau. Then I also got an award as one of the fastest growing event planning company by an association some couple of years ago in ABU's area, and a lot of other awards that time and space cannot allow me to tell you. Thank you very much.
That's so beautiful, concise, and so much informative. So sorry, if you have any question, as I've said, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment section because towards the end of the session, we will be addressing all those questions. So please don't forget to do that. So if you have followed carefully what you have been explaining, it means you are in the right hands. Okay, so you're gonna get all the information that you'll need when it comes to event planning business. And be rest assured that we are here for this business today. So now, Monday Bishak, thank you for all that. So can you briefly tell us about what event planning is all about? Because it's important that we be on the same page with all the people that are following this show right now.
Okay, event planning, as the name implies, events and planning. We're talking about two different subsets here. You know, just as we're doing now, what is holding right now is event. And how do we plan events such as this? I believe so. Event planning basically is just a way of coordinating events, planning an event, managing an event, and executing an event in such a way that is so seamless. And at the end of the day, someone will get the objective that is desired of such an event. So by saying so, we have events in different perspective. We have both physical events and online events, and sometimes we have hybrid events. Like this one, we call it virtual event, which is the online event. It's virtual in the sense that we are separated by time and space, but at least we are connected via the internet, and we communicate, and a lot of other audiences followed. So now, in such an event that is virtual, how do we plan it? So we have different platforms that support such kind of meeting. And this very platform, I think, is YouTube, not Google Meet. We have Google Meet, we have YouTube, we have Zoom, and a lot of other events planning software that we use to manage. So each of the software that we have, it has different features that help us to plan such an event, from time management. We have features for time management. We have features for registration. We have features for registration, time management. We have features for audio recording. We have features for transcription. We have features for jotting. A lot of other platforms like that. So what happened in the virtual space also happened in the physical space. Just imagine we have a meeting, a conference, or maybe a wedding. And in every event, let's assume a conference, you have an objective that you wish to achieve. So now all the nitty gritties, all the things that happen behind the scene to ensure that you have a successful event, that is called event planning. Some people call it event management, others call it event planning. You understand? Others call it event or execution. But what is there is that event planning. And in the event planning, we call it event industry. So anybody operating in the industry, we call him is operating in the event industry. So I am a key player, or Sparkly event planners are key players in the event industry, not necessarily event planning industry, because within the event industry we have different subsets. So it involves coordinating, managing, you know, coordinating and managing of resources, both physical and material resources, to ensure that you have a successful event, and the aim and objective of which such event is organized is being achieved. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow, that was so informative. I think anyone that has been having a
Can you hear
confusion
me?
around what an event, sure, 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 we can hear you. So I think anyone that have been having any confusion around what an event planning is all about, I think we are all on the same page now. So thank you so much for that, CEO of Sparkling Event Planners Limited. So now, having said that and having understood what event planning is all about, okay, so what does one need to have, at the barest minimum before he or she can start an event planning business? Because now we are having a discussion to see how people can be able to have this information and insight, and then knowledge that they might not get to hear from anywhere but from a person that have that experience. So what are the things that one need to have at the barest minimum, as in the minimum, that one need to have before he or she can start that as a business? Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Before I continue, I would, although your audio is not too clear at my end, but I'm getting what you're saying. It is not too clear. I just pray that our audiences are not finding difficulty in grabbing or understanding what you are saying. But me, I can hear you. I hope you're hearing me clearly.
Sure, sure, loud and
But
clear.
me, I find it a bit difficult to. Your voice is
Okay, let me
cracking.
just
Yeah,
let me just
your
come
voice is
again. Okay,
cracking. So maybe you
can
just
I
try and
just come
check
again?
that.
Can I come again?
No, 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 no.
Just
I
a
understand the
summary.
question. I'm just trying to say
Okay,
maybe there
okay,
is any. No,
okay.
no, no, no. I understand you. I can hear you. I understand the question. I'm just trying to say if there is anything you need to resolve at your end. So you talk about the minimum requirement for a person that wishes to venture into events or the event industry, or become an event entrepreneur. We call it eventpreneur. So the minimum requirement, I don't think one of the good things that is so prominent in the event industry is that there is no any much uh, there is no much what will I say, policy that mitigates entry into the company, into the industry per se. We don't have any requirements that limit one entry. Like in the pharmacy school, they will say, you must be certified. Like in the medical school, you must be certified. Like in the law school, the lawyers, or you have to go through the law school. You understand? And a lot of other things. One of the good things about the event planning industry is that there is no any limitation to entry. Entry is free. But one of the things we always advise as a person, as an expert, one of the things I always advise is one needs to be certified by a prominent event planning company. A certification is very important in the sense that in at the course of trying to get a certification, you get to be trained in different aspects of entrepreneurship, particularly getting a skill on how to manage materials, how to manage resources, both materials or physical resources, how to manage funds, how to do, budgeting. These are some of the soft skills that a lot of people fail to understand. And it's very necessary to become a successful entrepreneur because I said something very important. There is no any limitation to entry. There is no much policy, government policy that limits people from entering into the company, into the industry. In short, globally, we don't have much limitation. Reason being that everything about human existence has boils around events. So in the whole world, these are some of the things I followed colleagues over the globe, across the globe on LinkedIn and other major platforms. One of the challenge, or one of the, it's not a challenge per se. One of the common characteristics or features of event is that everything about human existence boils around events. When two people meet, they exchange pleasantry, they network, you network, you exchange pleasantries, you a lot of other gathering, either cocktail party, conferences, anniversary, birthday party, bridal shower, baby shower, all of these things are events. So we have so much to do in the event industry, virtually everything, as I said. So we don't have much limitation. So one good thing that is required of a person is to have a soft skill first. We're talking about how do you manage resources? How do you set up budget as an event planner? How do you work with budgets? How do you work with timeline? Timeliness or timeline. How do you negotiate? Negotiation skills. How do you market what you have? How do you sell? So a lot of these factors are very important. Sales skill, negotiation, marketing, resource management, project management, which is one of the prominent things that happen within the industry. Everything about event management is project management. So I would say event management is a subset of project management, or a project management is a subset of event management, whichever one. But these are skills that are needed. So when you enter trying to get certified, you will get to be trained in some of these aspects, and it will help you. Like me, yeah. Like me personally, one of the good things that these are some of the major things that made me to just find myself into the industry. I entered with a skill, and I entered with a sales skill. I entered with marketing skills because I study and I read properly. You understand? So these are some of the things that one is needed. So certification is good because you will be trained.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. In fact, that's so excellent. In fact, anyone that was thinking, okay, how can I start my event planning business? What registration or will I say certification will I need to be able to have that? I think this clears the air for whoever that have been having that running through their mind. And one good thing about this session is that we are having this discussion with an expert that is already running this business at a global level. So now, thank you for that, Bin Shak. So now, you just explained to us that one doesn't need anything, to go into that business is open for everyone. Okay,
Mm.
so now, but then, given the competition that exists in every business field, how can one be able to dive through and then emerge victoriously amidst, existing competition?
Yeah, every business competition is very key, and competition helps you to step up. Any business that doesn't have competition automatically is not a business because you cannot step up. And these are some of the things that you see in every other company. We talk about the Nokia, the There is this phone I use. Then I'm trying to recall the name. A lot of other companies went obsolete. The Nitel went obsolete. So competition is actually very key. So in the event industry, is not really a new thing. We have a lot of competition since a lot of people, there is no entrance policy that will limit people from entry. So one of the good things that helps to limit competition is knowledge. Knowledge. Just as I said, having been certified, getting certain knowledge, project management, negotiation, marketing, sales, and a lot of other soft skills that is needed. You know, one thing is that after getting this knowledge about uh, getting this knowledge, it helps you, it gives you a competitive advantage. You have an edge over other people in the company. So having an edge over other people. Then another thing is that having gotten the soft skills, is also necessary that one gets what we call the hard skills. I advise that when you are venturing into the event planning industry, entering, some people call themselves their event planners, which is actually good. Every other person, event planner is a primary thing. Then you see a caterer will say an event planner, or he or she is an event planner. A DJ can say he or she is an event planner. A hype man will say, I'm an event planner. You understand? You will meet a baker, somebody that bakes will say, I'm an event planner. Somebody that makes cocktail, he will say, I'm an event planner. Hotel people, they say they are event planners. I mean, hoteliers. Then you wonder who is an event planner. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. If
I
everybody
could, I
that have a
fully could,
skill
I
that
fully
operates within
understand.
the
Yeah.
company, yeah, if anybody that has skill that works within the company says he's an event planner, then what makes you different? You understand? If a caterer will come, she has a place that she sells food, and she said, "I do event management." What skills do what skill do they have? Because they cook their event planners? No. Like you see me, I'm a certified project manager. I'm a certified event manager. I'm a certified project manager. I'm a certified general and operations manager. I'm a certified marketer. I'm a certified customer relations manager. So I have certification in all of this field. So these are some of the things. Knowledge give you an edge, and it's knowledge that set you ahead. It's knowledge that gives you the competitive advantage. So amidst the competition, if you have the knowledge, you discover that when your competition is trying to think of A, you are already in Z. You understand?
Deep. That's
So
deep.
they are trying to talk about, like, let me just give you a practical instance. Now, if you meet me as a company, we are lucky to, in short, we are lucky to be consultants to some NGOs. And one of what set us apart, because we have the knowledge, we have documentation. When we talk about documentation, to be able to collect contract from NGOs, you know what it means to get contract from an NGO. You
Sure.
understand? So those documentation are very important. What gives us an edge over others is that because we have the knowledge, we know what it entails to have this document, tax clearance, national social insurance, NSF whatsoever, ITF certification, other things. So if you don't have the knowledge, you will come to a pool of people trying to bid for a contract. Without the knowledge, you discover you are left behind. But the knowledge gives you an edge.
Absolutely.
You have 4 steps ahead of others. So that's one of the good thing about standing in the market. When you have the knowledge, you have the skill, you stay ahead in the market. So that's the major thing that I will say, sir.
Thank you very much. I think for someone that has been thinking, okay, this thing, I think I'm looking for an edge in the business. Oh, you need money. Okay. If you don't have such some amount of money, you cannot be able to compete. Some people used to be like, okay, so please, thank God we have this knowledgeable person that has a lot of experience, and listen to what he just explained. Okay. So if it means for you to come back over and over again and hear him say that, please do that, because one of the things that's gonna set you out of set you out when it comes to competition is what he just explained. So thank you so much for that, sir Monday. So now we have gotten the knowledge on how to emerge through competition now, but what are the strategies that one can use in order to attract customers? Because having the knowledge is one thing, but then having a strategy that can pull customers towards your own business is also another thing. Okay. So what are the strategies that one can actively play? It can mean something like, okay, calling up people to come and maybe patronize the event, maybe posting of flyers, on social medias, or maybe taking of all these, different strategies. But from you and from your experience, and then for anyone that has this prospect of wanting to go into this event planning business, what are some of the strategies that you recommend for someone to take advantage of, given your wealth of experience in the event planning business? Over to
Okay,
you.
primarily, as I would say, as experience is the best teacher.
Sure.
One of the primary things that attract customers and retain customers in our company, you see, we talk about excellence, competence, then character. Character. They say where your skill or knowledge cannot take you, character will take you, and it will sustain you. You understand? Sustain. So you see, character, competence, and integrity. Integrity and the character is what these are some of the primary things that and excellence. When we talk about competence, we talk about excellence. So in everything that you do, somebody sees you are improving. You understand on daily basis you are improving. You don't just stay in where you are yesterday. So they give you a contract and you deliver. You get a contract, you deliver the contract excellently without any challenge. So you see, these are some of the things we call that's competence. There is not challenges. Okay, they give you a contract. You say, "Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, sorry, ma. I gave you a quotation, and we actually are on the price, and the money you gave us is not. It won't be enough for us to manage the contract." You see, when we're talking about okay, if the resources after the budget if the resources is not enough to manage the contract, one will start thinking on what really happened. They will say you were not competent enough. Why are you not competent enough? If you are truly competent enough, definitely you shouldn't be under pricing. You
Cutting.
understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
competence try to a kind of you don't need to go back and forth, trying to prove to your customer or your clients. Then secondly, you see when you start having issues regarding that, they will start testing it, test your character. They will start thinking, does this person truly have the character? You understand? Does this person truly
Sure.
have the character? Is there any integrity involved? So you see these three things that I said, they all work together. So when I talk about competence, when you don't have the competence, you don't have the skill for project management, where you do resource management, where you do negotiation, where you write your budget clearly, where you write your proposal clearly, you write your quote and the bidding. Then at the end of the day, if you don't know how to do it clearly and present it precisely, when you go to the market, after you collect the contract, you will still fall back to your client and say, these resources or this money we budgeted for won't be enough. Please, we need more money. They will start saying, how now? More money from where? So you see, these are issues of competence,
That's
and it will
serious.
come and make your character questionable.
Sure.
You understand? Primarily, we see when we talk about competence,
It's sure,
so
sure,
the
sure.
competence it appears using your social media handle. All the things we're talking about competence, we're talking about character, integrity. It goes to your social media handle. You understand? Your social media handle is very key. So all of this that you're doing, you take note of your social media handle because it brings out the character in you. Like me, if I want to engage with you, I go online and search your social media handle and check your profile and what are people saying about you. So character and competence will be shown on your social media handle. That is your credential. You understand? And I
Sure.
remember there is one of our corporate clients that we one of our corporate clients they called us and said they want to give us a contract. We said, please, who recommended you? They said, no, you are everywhere online. We saw what you are doing, and we know you can handle this job. They gave us a contract to handle one of the international days, International Human Rights Day. We're the ones that handle the whole contract on the International Human Rights Day. We bring different vendors and manage the procession. You understand? So how did they
Sure.
get us? By call. And through the call, through in online, they search our profile and they discovered we are actually legit. Do they know our office? Our office is contained therein. Have they ever visited the office? No. We finished everything virtually, but I was there in the physical with my team and we handled the contract. That's what we call competence. You understand? So this
Sure.
on online, they say they saw what we're doing. So that's one thing about people. They go through your social media handle, they see whether you have the character, whether you have the competence, what are people saying about you. She said you are everywhere. So you shouldn't expect anybody to recommend you. We saw you online and we know you can do it. You understand?
Beautiful,
So
beautiful.
thank you. Thank
I
you.
think that I think that was so informative because one of the things people used to think about going into, getting clients for business or stuffs like that is just okay. You go out and advertise to people out there without considering your competence or all the stuffs you've explained. But at least now, all the people that are thinking of building a business around there, you guys are hearing it from the veteran directly. Thank you for having you here, Binshak, once again. So this takes us
Thank
to
you
the
very
next
much.
question. Yeah. So now, having explained about how to attract customers, now looking at the nature of the event planning, we had some individuals that were reaching out with some questions, while we were planning towards this day, and one of their own concerns was like, okay, now event planning, involves using of materials, to beautify the whole environment. It's also part of event
Mm,
planning and things like that. So now,
yeah.
how can one be able to manage the materials? Let's say you have plates, you have maybe cottons, you have flowers and the rest, and then let's say your office is located in Abuja and then you have an event to manage within Lagos. So how will you manage that kind of a situation? Does it mean you have to be kind everything all around, or there are strategies to that?
Okay, I think that's one of the very key question, and that's one of our business model. Like Sparkling Event Planners, SAPL, what we succeeded in doing is building a model, a business model that is so flexible enough. And I think that's one of the secret I will give my audience right now. When you are an event planner, one of the good things is that you build a flexible business model. And how do you build a flexible business modeling? I'm giving you one of our Siri, how someone call it Siri, secret. Yes. You
Secrets,
know,
yeah.
yes. So you build a flexible business model in the sense that event planning is actually a social kind of a business. It goes very strongly as a networking business. It is expected that you become a friendly person. It is expected that you are outspoken. It is expected that you are ready to make friends across Zoom. Like if you see me, I have mentees in Freetown, Sierra Leone. I have people that follows me across Africa. Quite all right. I have friends and family over there. That we build network in the business sector. And if I want to go to any of these African countries, it's very easy for me to launch in there. So managing resources, such as we say, you see, I would like to clear the mind of people that decorations is not event planning. A decorator is not an event planner. A caterer is not an event planner. Take note of what I'm saying. A baker is not an event planner. A hotel manager is not an event planner. A facility manager is not an event planner. An event planning is a is a clear field on its own. The way you have facility managers, you have project manager, event managers is a field. People are doing their degree, studying to PhD in event planning as a course. We have very few universities that are handling such courses. You can check, you can Google it. I'm writing a book in that. So one good thing is that so when you try to limit it to live to decorations, I have to correct that notion so that people understand that if I'm a decorator, I'm not an event planner. No. The only good thing is that it gives you an edge. I always advise when you're entering the company, you have a skill that will give you an edge so that tomorrow, if you don't get contract in event planning, you can get a contract through via your skill and you work and you are eating. I don't know that you
Eating,
understand.
that's
So
deep,
that's
yeah.
yes, yes, yeah. So like me now, right now, let's assume now I'm a decorator as well, an interior designer. So what do we do when we have a contract that relates to decorations? We get a contract, not event planning per se. We get a contract of decorations or venue design. What do? We via our contacts. Let me not lie to you. There is no single town, particularly a major an urban area in Nigeria that I don't have a contact. It's very difficult. all the major cities, I have contacts for one or two person. So if I need an event planner, let's assume that I have your contact. I'm coming to Goza. I don't need to know an event planner in Goza. I will just call you, sir. Please, I need a contact of an event planner. Anybody that you see doing decorations or rentals, just give me the person contact. I know how to communicate with the person. So you see, when I talk about friendliness and your ability to network,
Networking, yeah.
so when you give me the contact, I will know how to go about it, and I will talk as a professional. Oh, how are you? My name is Susu Person. I'm the CEO of Sparkling Event Planners. I have an event in your in your town. Please, I will need an assistance. We need to rent so thing. If you don't do it yourself, I know you have a contact with one or two person that you can link me up with, or somebody that is already established in the business. You see, by call, by communication,
Sure.
the person will say, "Wow," and I will tell you when you're coming to Abuja, I can help you. If you're coming to Kaduna, I can help you. If you're coming to Zaria, I can help you. If you're coming to Jos, I can help you. I know the Lagos market. I know the Port Harcourt market. I know the Kano market. I know the Onitsha market. I know the Aba market. These are the major cities in Nigeria that run a lot of things. So I will tell you if you're coming for events in any of these cities, I can give you an entrance. You understand? So now by just communicating that way, some of the things is the only thing that we pick. We only pick those things that makes our work unique, but we don't move with gadgets. The major gadgets that you find commonly everywhere, we don't move with them. So we just move with the
It seems we lost him for some couple of time. He may be struggling with network right now, but he'll surely be back. Let's just give him some few time. He was actually clarifying an important part of this conversation, so we lost him. He might be struggling with network issue, but exercise some patience. So let's give him some few moments so we can have him back. Let me try reaching out to him in other. Oh, we completely lost him. So let me try to check him on the other platforms to see how it's going to be. But believe you me, this information you guys are getting are worth more than gold. So I'm trying to reach out to him. Let's give him some few moments. It's worth it. I'm trying to reach out to him. I'm chatting him. He seems not to be online. But I just hope that he's gonna come back anytime soon. I wish I had my own guitar so I can just entertain you guys while we are waiting for this great man to come back. Ah, we are glad to have you back, sir. He's
Thank you very much. Sorry, my
we
network.
lost you.
I
It
don't know what really happened. I'm sorry
thank God
about
you are
that.
here now. Thank God you are here now.
Thank,
So
thank you,
you,
thank you.
yeah. So you were actually making an explanation about the movement of items from one location to the other
Okay,
when
okay,
it comes to
okay, okay,
integration.
okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
the specific point
So
you are
I
talking
remember.
about.
So
Yeah,
all right. So one of the good things is that let's assume now, as an event, whether you're a caterer or an event planner. So one of the good things is that if you're an event planner, automatically it is entails that you as an event planner, it means you work with different vendors. When we talk about vendors, those people that have the skill set that come together to ensure that events become successful. In every event, we have caterer, we have lighting, we have LED screen. There's also major events, LED screen for telecasting, or teleconferencing. We have DJs for sound or sound engineering. We have lighting. Aside having lighting, you might have like the caterer, the decorators. Aside that one, you might have the venue. You have to outsource for the venue. So being an event planner, I need to. That's why I'm trying to kind of try to bring dividing line. So if you're an event planner, automatically it entails that you outsource some of these people. So if you're given a contract as an event planner, let's assume I'm given a contract to come for an event in Meduguri. In short, I think last year or last 2 years, there was a contract that I bid for, of which although we are licensed as major suppliers. That's we have the what is the name of that platform. There is a platform like that. We're already licensed as the major procurement company, but what is this that we couldn't pass? Nigeria, the way things are. So what is this that if you are given such a contract, what do you do as an event planner? You are meant to outsource. That's your aim. You outsource reliable vendors. You outsource reliable sound engineer. You outsource reliable caterers. You are outsource reliable every other thing that you need to procure to make sure the event comes to life. So it is your responsibility to write a robust proposal or a code in such a way that captures every other thing that it is required from your terms of reference. Every contract that comes, particularly from corporate clients, that is what we call terms of reference. So from your terms of reference, you captured all the necessity, that's the nitty gritty of the contract. Then you outsource every vendor. Maybe venue outsourcing, you bring out the venue, the payment or whatsoever, you just agree. Sometimes the money will actually come to you, then you pay the vendors. You have regular meeting with the vendors. And if it is your responsibility as the event planner, you have meetings with them and you outsource vendors in such a way in places in places where they are closer. You understand? You outsource
sure,
vendors where they are more closer. I don't know whether you grab me. Yeah,
sure, sure,
where
sure.
the vendors are closer to the city. So if you're an event planner, but then if you're a caterer, let's assume now,
Oh,
maybe
network, please don't do this. Don't do this to us, please. Network, don't do this to us.
can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. You are back now. Yeah.
you grab what I'm saying.
Sure, sure, sure.
So now, as a caterer, what are the good things you do? You pick some of your the major things. Let's assume now you are traveling as far as Lagos from Abuja. What do? You outsource for the dishes. There is no single dishes in this world that you cannot find in Lagos, whether in Maiduguri. No matter how packaged they are, we have those ones that came from Dubai. You understand? The ones they bought
Sure,
from Dubai, they are there. So it's very easy for you to have rental hubs where you can rent anything at all that you want. The only challenge is that your ability to negotiate. And if you are negotiating, we say you are renting from rental to rental. It's easier to get things cheaper if you are a key player in the industry. If you are just coming, let's assume you are a novice, you are coming, they will charge you high. But if it is a professional, you come, you get a little discount. So that is it. So if you're an event planner, you are getting a contract instead of moving with your things. You are an event planner, automatically you are not moving with things. Your target is your own is purely a professional responsibility. How do you manage the resources? How do you manage the people to ensure that the event moves seamlessly? And you charge very well. Reason being that you are a consultant there. But if you're a caterer, they call you to go and do the catering job. What do? You find a way. You outsource, you buy your food stuff there. You ensure sometimes you don't even need to move with your ushers. There are ushers that can help you serve there. There are people that can help you to cook there. You can work with a hotel where they can give you their kitchen to cook, or a restaurant, a package restaurant, or any house. You can do your cooking there. So you don't need to move with everything. If you're a decorator, you go to the town, every city, every village now we have decorators. So you go to the village or you go to the city and find a way. How do you liaise with these people? Although in a village like me, you don't expect me to come to a village. In most of the work, if I have a work in a village, automatically you don't expect me to have gadgets that will cover such an event of a large magnitude. You can't get the gadgets in a village. You need to get them from an urban city. So if I'm coming to Maiduguri, let's assume that the work is in Goza. I'm giving a reference because of Maiduguri, particularly we're connecting.
sure, sure, sure,
I'm coming from Abuja. You expect me, if I have a work in Goza, I should pick my things from Maiduguri. It will be cheaper moving them from Maiduguri because I don't want, as an event planner, I don't want to disappoint my client. You don't expect me to go to Goza and start moving helter skelter because you might not get the quality things. Reason being that it's not we have first class cities, we have second class city, and
sure,
it's just going down. You
sure,
understand?
sure,
So
sure.
that is it.
Going down. I
Yeah,
love
I
that
don't know
word.
whether. Thank you.
I think that gave a very, 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 very straight to the point response. Whoever that might have been thinking, okay, I have 1,000 plates, and the event will need something like that, and I will also need caterers. Yeah, they will need catering services from me. I will pack this one and move. So please, if you have been having that kind of a mindset, and then you are thinking of building a business around event planning, thank God you have all this information at the tips of your hands. And then also free of charge without paying any single penny from this generous man here. So thank you so much, Bean Shark, for that. So now, having explained all that, so now we have some kind of mindset that people do have, that okay, for you to be able to start a business, you need some amount of money, you need millions, you need billions. Some people even get as high as get mentioning trillions just to get an excuse of not starting off something. So now, as a professional event planner, so what will you cut as a minimum, that one will need to have before he or she can venture into a business around the event planning industry as a
Yeah,
starter?
yeah. Let me not lie to you. I started with zero naira. That's what used to make people be surprised. You will know how I start. I think we school together. Abuse area. One of the things that made me to enter the company is skill. Is the skill that pushed me to the company. That's my competence, not really money per se. It's so sweet. One of the good thing about the event planning industry is that I told you the entrance, there is no much laws that bind people or limit people from entry. So about resources, except maybe you are entering as a caterer, you're entering as a DJ, you're entering as a decorator, you're entering as a sound engineer, you're entering as a light engineer. That's when you will start looking for money to buy gadgets. If you're a DJ, you need to buy amplifiers, you need to buy mixers, you need to buy speakers. You understand? So now you can value the cost of these items. Then, if you are a caterer, you need to buy serving dishes, spoons, and other cutleries that you will need. You understand? From there, you
Sure.
can value like how much will it cost you to get some of these things. If you're a decorator, automatically you need to buy some of the fabrics, you need to buy charger plates, you need to buy lights, you need to buy accessories, and a lot of other things, lightings, a lot of other things as a decorator. So you should expect that. But amongst all of them, decorations is highly capital intensive because if you're buying anything of decorations after 1, 2, 3 months, you discover it becomes obsolete, you need to upgrade. While we're decorating here in Nigeria, people are decorating heaven over there. Go
I'm
online, you
telling
will
you.
start seeing, even in Nigeria, go online in Nigeria on Instagram, you will see people decorating heaven for their event. Sorry, sir, let me not lie to you. I have seen people paying 100 million naira to decorate for 100 guests in this Nigeria, in Abuja here. In short, even outside Abuja, even in your town, you'll be very surprised. People are paying hundreds of million naira just to decorate for an event. Some people pay even close to a billion or billion just for a decoration of a day. So if you decoration is highly capital intensive, the more you have money, the more you have high paying clients. And I think in our own company, that's where we're having challenges of funding, of which we're trying to find out to come on IPO, having an initial public offering where we have investors that will invest in the company, particularly because decoration is capital intensive. But then you can start. I always say, like me, I can advise you if you learn a skill like me, I can certify you as an event planner and I will give you the concept on how to start your event planning company without having a dime. The only thing you need to pay for certification and we guide you on how to set up your company without money. You have the knowledge, you have the competencies, and we'll tell you, okay, how do you start? Without the money, you've paid for certification, you have the knowledge and your certificate, and we'll guide you. This is how you set it up. We teach you on marketing, we teach you on how to get contract, we teach you on how to get customers, and we teach you on how to manage the event. You'll be very surprised when you pay 100,000 naira in training today. In the next 1 month, you can get a contract that will worth over 100,000 naira. I assure you, I always bet on that. So that's one of the good things. So like starting an event plan, being an event planner, when you have the skill, you have the knowledge, it's very easy for you to venture into the company and you blow. Just having the knowledge as an event planner, you've been certified and you have a mentor that can call you and assist you and guide you. That's just the major thing, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is just barely 13 minutes to the end of our session, and then we will see how we can be as fast and as informative and then at the
Yes.
same time fast as
Yeah.
possible. So and then
I will
but
be
before
very
then
fast.
permit me, yeah, and please before then permit me to make an advertisement. Okay, so please, for some of you that are having a prospect of going into event planning industry, or maybe are thinking of setting up a major business in that area, please, when I tell you this person is an expert that you can be able to you don't take a chance. When you get an opportunity, you don't joke with it. So I'm gonna drop his link to the link to his Facebook account, where you can be able to get straight to him and then go and get your own course. Even if it means for you paying more than 1 million naira to get this knowledge, please, guys, I encourage you to do that, because the primary aim of all these sessions that Achievers Bridge is organizing, that's the career nights that holds every month, is to get people that are looking for a particular information and then connect them with the people that have those information, so that they will not waste a lot of years and times trying to get something by error and mistakes. Okay, so please, if you have that at heart, please, I'll drop the link to his own contact in the description of this session. So that's by the way. Thank you so much, Sir Monday, for that. So the next question we're going to be talking about is the challenges that one may come across. So but we try to be as summarized as possible, so we can be able to beat time. So what are the common challenges
Yeah.
that one can come across at the event planning industry?
And one of the primary challenges is negotiation under pricing. One of the primary challenges under pricing. A lot of people don't know how to price. And at the end of the day, you work and you end up in the police station. So underpricing. I remember
That's so deep.
I talk about competencies and whatsoever. Yeah, you underprice, negotiation, your negotiation, yeah, then practically now, there is what we call force majeure. force majeure. I think it's a borrowed word. All these issues relating to natural disaster while you're planning for an event, then unforeseen circumstance, you're traveling and you had an accident, you know, or you book item and they don't deliver it the way it should. So how do you overcome this? Most especially when you're booking, you ask your vendor to snap or video those things that are available the way they are, video it and share it with you. And if you have anybody that can go and assess those material, is very important. So these are some of the common challenges I've ever had an encounter that we booked for an event in Bauchi, and at the end of the day, what we paid for was not what was brought in, and it affected us. This thing also happened last year. We booked something and they gave us assurance that everything is intact and it was connected. We got a recommendation to patronize the person, and he gave us something that are not of in good shape, and it also almost affected our delivery. So these are some of the common challenges: natural disaster, negotiation, which affects your character or integrity, and a lot of other things, delivery as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sam. On the Binshak. So I think this brings us to the end of the questions and the discussions around event planning industry. And at this moment, I checked the comment section and there wasn't anything as a question in that regard. So this brings us to the end of the session. So please, I want you guys to take this information you've gotten so seriously. And thank you for staying to the end of this career night. Achievers Bridge is, a monthly virtual event that holds every last Sunday of the month. And I want to assure you guys that Career Night will give you the best when it comes to your dreams. Okay. And you feel free to connect the YouTube channel by subscribing so that once the weekly videos comes up to light more light on your way, you will get to be notified. Thank you guys and see you in another session. And thank you to our resource person. That has been a very great session.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again.